पुण्यवादी पाश्चात्य देहतारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे श्री राम 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 प्रवृत्ति वाचालं पद्मं लंघयते गिरिमुखपातमं दर्शय गुरुदिन सारे Shri Chaitanya Mission. Okay, so who wants to read now? Is now Giraj Maharaj is talking about another incident. We stopped at a logical point there. Anybody wants to read from here?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, shall I read Prabhu?
Please, Mataji, go ahead.
One morning, I had an appointment with a pious, wealthy Gujarati businessman, Mr. Mehta, at his massive mansion near Haji Ali. In the course of our conversation, Mr. Mehta mentioned that in his Vallabhacharya Sampradaya, they considered Vritrasura prayers in the sixth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam to express the essence of their philosophy, and he read and translated them to me. Both in the prayer's content and in their significance in the Vallabhacharya line, they reminded me of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Shishtastakam and its position in our Gaudiya Vaishnava line. Excited by my discovery of these prayers, when I got back to Juhu, I went straight to see Prabhupada. I told him about my talk with Mr. Mehta, and he mentioned for me to take down the relevant volume of the sixth canto and read the verse aloud. I asked if I should read only the translation, but he said I should recite the Sanskrit and then read the translation and purports. I read
so
from
this is
chapter
in the middle of is in the middle of something very important, Maharaj Prabhupada. But Maharaj is so excited to hear this. See, such a nice revelation is coming out now. Please, no, we have to recite this verse. So I mean, so such a beautiful prayer we can recite lovingly. Hare aham hare tava padayikamula dasanudaso bhavitasmi bhuyah manasmareta supatergunamste gृणीतवा कर्म करोतु कायः. Please read the translation, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu. Translation. O my Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, will I again be able to be a servant of your eternal servants who find shelter only at your lotus feet? O Lord of my life, may I again become their servant so that my mind may always think of your transcendental attributes, my words always glorify those attributes, and my body always engage in the loving service of your lordships.
Such a beautiful verse, no? Is such a humble prayer. Let's read the purport. Very short purports only.
This verse gives the sum and substance of devotional life. One must first become a servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord, Dasanu Dasa. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advised, and he also showed by his own example, that a living entity should always desire to be a servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna, the maintainer of the gopis. Gopi Bhartu Padakamalayur Dasa Dasanu Dasaha. This means that one must accept a spiritual master who comes in the disciplic succession and he is the servant of the Lord. Under his direction, one must then engage one's three properties, namely his body, mind, and words. The body should be engaged in physical activity under the order of the master. The mind should think of Krishna incessantly, and one's words should be engaged in preaching the glories of the Lord. If one is thus engaged in the loving service of the Lord, one's life is successful.
Beautiful, no? Prabhupada's purport is so amazing. So this is very interesting what Maharaj is doing here. He is reading out the purport of Prabhupada to Prabhupada himself. How sweet an opportunity that is, no? Reading it out to himself, like offering Ganges water to Ganges itself. It's like that, you know? So and Prabhupada is also so kind because he doesn't see this as his words. He sees it as Krishna's words. So he's telling everything you read. Don't just read only the purpose. Next verse. Anybody wants to recite this verse? The same tune, same raga?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu,
Shall-
may I?
Please, Prabhu.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nanak prishtam na cha parameshtam na sarvabhaumam narasadhipatyam na yoga siddhira punarbhavam va samanjasatva virahaya kangshe.
Virahaya.
I'm sorry.
Virahaya comes. Samanjasatva virahaya kakshe. Please read the translation also, Prabhu.
O my Lord, source of all opportunities, I do not desire to enjoy in Dhruva Loka, the heavenly planets, or the planet where Lord Brahma resides. Nor do I want to be the supreme ruler of all the earthly planets or the lower planetary system. I do not desire to be master of the powers of mystic yoga, nor do I want liberation if I have to give up your lotus feet.
So this is a beautiful thing. Now he's saying to the Lord that Samanjas means source of all opportunities. Even though you are the source of all opportunities, I do not want any of these positions, supreme positions and all. He's listing so many things, like he doesn't want Dhruva, doesn't want Brahmaloka, doesn't want all three planets, lower planets, whatever, Rasadhipatyam. Nothing he wants. I only want, if it is means that I have to give up your lotus feet, I don't want any of these things. So last week only we read this. We had a program where we did Vritasura prayers in Pune, one of the home programs. Very pleasing and very wonderful to connect with devotees on that. So let's read the purport. Please go ahead with the purport.
Should I read the purport, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. Just a short.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah.
A pure devotee never desires to gain material opportunities by rendering transcendental loving service to the Lord. A pure devotee desires only to engage in loving service to the Lord in the constant association of the Lord and his eternal associates, as stated in the previous verse, Dasanudaso Bhavitasmi. As confirmed by Narottam Das Thakur, Tandera Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanevas, Janame Janame Hai Yahi Abhilash. To serve the Lord and
Who
the
knows
servant.
in which bhajan this comes? Who can tell in which bhajan this line comes? We all know that bhajan. You will also hear that during
Is it Hariharaya?
time. Yes. It is Hariharaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshvaya Namaha. That it comes. Tandera Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanevas. And that's Bhakta Sanevas means I want to stay near them always. I want to serve their lotus feet. Janame Hoya Abhilash. This is my desire life after life. Beautiful lines, sir. So yes, the next one. This is a very sweet one, and this is where Maharaj is bringing out a very interesting point. Who else wants to read this? Anybody wants to read this one? I will see if someone else wants to do. I will see if someone else wants to do. Give a chance to someone who has not done it. Otherwise, you can do. Sarita Mataji, do you want to try? Is it in a phone?
Prabhuji, I could not see the screen.
How come? You are on phone?
I can see you, and then the main page is blank.
Main page should come now.
It's showing me in my phone KD. That's what I was trying to work out, how to see that.
Oh no, something must be wrong. That's okay. You have Bhagavatam with you, no?
I'll open Prabhuji then.
6th canto you take, and 6th canto, 11th chapter, 26th verse. You can read this.
6th canto. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second, Prabhuji.
Yeah, sure. You are able to see the screen, right? Others?
Yes,
Prabhu.
Prabhuji, you are
Yes,
able to
Prabhuji.
see.
Okay, maybe Mataji's phone sometimes you have to swipe through to see the screen, I think. Do that.
Usually I'm able, Prabhuji, but today I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
but then even if you see in the phone, it's very small for you to read, you know. Better to read from the.
No, usually I do from phone only.
That's nice.
6, 11,
26th verse, Mataji.
1 second, Prabhuji. I'm opening
11th chapter, 26th verse.
Okay. Shall I read the verse, Prabhuji, as well? It's been
Please,
read
please,
already.
verse. No, verse are to be recited. Prabhupada says that, so we have to do that.
Ajata paksha iva mataram khaga stanyam yatavat
Kagaha. Because the Visarga is there.
Yeah.
Kagaha.
Kagaha stanyam yata vistaraha
But Vatsataraha.
vatsataraha
Kshudartaha.
sudhartaha priyam priyeva vyushitam vishanna
Vishanna Mano.
Manoravindaksha didrukshite tvam.
Dudrakshate Vandam.
Ajata Paksha. Shall I do the word to word or shall I read the
No,
translation?
directly translation. The book it is.
Okay.
You love to
Oh,
do the word to word,
lotus-eyed
but
Lord.
yeah.
Okay. As baby birds that have not yet developed their wings always look for their mother to return and feed them, as small cows tied with ropes await anxiously the time of milking, when they will be allowed to drink the milk of their mothers, or as a morose wife whose husband is away from home always longs for him to return and satisfy her in all respects. I always yearn for the opportunity to render direct service unto you. Shall I read the purport, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
A pure devotee always yearns to associate personally with the Lord and render service unto him. The example given in this regard are most appropriate. A small baby bird is practically never satisfied except when the mother bird comes to feed it. A small calf is not satisfied unless allowed to suck the milk from mother's udder. And a chaste, devoted wife whose husband is away from home is never satisfied until she has the association of her beloved husband.
Then the next one. There is this particular verse has a very nice interesting connotation there, but we will do the next verse also and then come to that thing. So, who wants to do the verse 27? The last one, last of the prayers. Anyone who has not done it? Otherwise, we'll give the chance to Kamalini Mataji or the others. Vijaya Sarvada Mataji, would you like to do? Same meter only.
Same meter,
Correct.
I don't know, Prabhuji. I'll just try. Mamottama
Try, Mataji.
shloka.
It's coming nicely.
Mamottama shloka janishu sakyam.
Sakyam
Samsara
Samsara Chakre
भ्रमता स्वकर्मभिः तन्माययात्मात्मजदार गेहेष्व
Geheshu. No, आपको you have to
गेहेषु
recite Geheshu. Wherever there is V, you turn it into U in the end. Only there small change has to be done. Because Geheshvasakta is one word in Sanskrit. But when you are doing it in a meter, they cut it there. So tvanmayatmatmachatarakeshu then asakta chittasya nanata bhuyat.
Asakta chittasya namnata bhuyat.
Very nice, Mataji. You did very well. Please do the translation, Mataji.
O my Lord, my Master, I am wandering throughout this material world as a result of my fruitive activities. Therefore, I simply seek friendship in the association of your pious and enlightened devotees. My attachment to my body, wife, children, and home is continuing by the spell of your external energy, but I wish to be attached to them no longer. Let my mind, my consciousness, and everything I have be attached only to you.
Nice, no? This verse
Rich,
doesn't have a purport, I think. Now Prabhupada Maharaj is starting to share his realization nicely.
shall I continue?
Yeah, please.
Reading Srila Prabhupada's translations and purports, I was struck by the depth and the beauty of the verses. With its examples of the baby birds and small calves, text 26 alluded to the parental Vatsalya relationship which is prominent in the Vallabha Sampradaya, and the example of the wife to the conjugal relationship, which is the ultimate goal for the followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Srila Prabhupada
See,
had
this is very nice, no? This, see, in this verse, if you see that verse number 26, this first two, Ajata Paksha and Stanyam Yatavatsatara Kshudartaha, these two are the Vasalya mode, because baby birds are looking for the food from the mother bird. Similarly, the calf is looking for milk from the mother cow. This is mother child relationship. No, so that is Vasalya Bhav, and that is why this Mehta was talking about. Mr. Mehta was talking about Vallabha Sampradaya being very much, taking lessons, taking inspiration from the Vitrasura prayers. See, Mr. Mehta mentioned that in his Vallabha Sampradaya, they consider Vitrasura prayers in the 6th canto to express the essence of their philosophy, that is Vatsalya Bhav, right? Then that's why he read the translation to him. But then you see, it also highlights the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's thing of Madhurya Bhav as the highest, isn't it? Priyam Priyeva Vishitam Vishana. It's the like the relationship between the wife and the husband. How that Viraha thing is there. Vipralamba Bhav. This is a beautiful thing of culmination of both the Vatsalya Bhav and Madhurya Bhav here, isn't it? There is one more interesting thing that is there, is that this particular verse, the very first verse, also talks in the Dasya mode, isn't it? Dasya Bhav. Dasanudaso Bhavita Asmi Bhuyaka. I want to become a servant of your servant, isn't it? So that Bhav is also included here. So just in 3-4 verses, you see all the essential philosophy is all beautifully given. You will find Sakyaras also in it somewhere. We'll have to dig deeper into it in these 4 verses beautifully, right? So let's. So this is very nice, really, how Prabhupada has so beautifully translated it, and he was also giving the time to Maharaj, in his busiest of times, to come and speak, share his gratitude on these slokas, right? So, so this part we have done already. Yes, please continue this, Mataji, from here. Srila Prabhupada reciprocated.
Yes. Srila Prabhupada had reciprocated perfectly with my enthusiasm for my discovery. Out of his love for me and for Krishna, which filled my heart with love for him, where else could I find such a merciful benefactor? But as I was leaving his room, I had another thought. Srila Prabhupada has so much important service to do. I considered. He was kind to me, but in a way, I have wasted his time, which he could have spent for other more worthwhile purposes. and I felt a little ashamed.
It's a nice mix of feeling of humility and feeling of gratitude, no? This part is this particular paragraph Maharaj expressing his gratitude to Prabhupada. See, this is a very interesting statement. I really liked it. When Maharaj says this, Prabhupada perfectly reciprocated with my enthusiasm for my discovery. His discovery means Prabhupada already knows it. But when the disciple discovers something very interesting and excited about it and shares with the spiritual master is very happy. And this is a very interesting phrase, I thought this. Out of his love for me and for Krishna, which filled my heart with love for him. It's very interesting, no? If I have love for a person and not for Krishna, that love maybe will be able to they will be able to reciprocate to me. But it will not be perfect because I am not loving that person also and Krishna also. Only with Krishna being in the center, our exchange of love becomes perfect without any expectations and full of gratitude and all that. But when there is no Krishna, then it results in a lot of these mundane disturbances and disappointments and whatever. So, and when the love for us is there, for the Acharya, they have love for all of us, and also they have for Krishna, then that love will make us reciprocate to their love. See, which filled my heart with um, filled my heart with love for him. This is very important. With gratitude. Where else could I find such a merciful benefactor? Because when someone is loving Krishna and through that love of Krishna, if they are loving someone, then that love is complete. They don't bring themselves in center. They will keep. They always want to have Krishna as the center of the relationship. So there's no question of exploitation. There is no question of cheating. There is no question of fear or fear of insecurity, fear, and all those things are not there. And that's it's a beautiful statement. Somehow I found it. Maharaj has been very, very sweet here. You know, I have seen this many times. My spiritual master, his Holiness Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj, also has done this thing very, very, very many times with me. That he would ask me to read, or sometimes I will call Maharaj and share something very exciting. Maharaj, this sloka can be sung in this meter, Maharaj. Then is it? Come on, do it, Kalacakra. Then I will go and I will sing it. Then Maharaj will be so excited. This is a new revelation. Kalacakra, this, for example, I once what happened. This Ajata Paksha sloka, no? He all sang in this nice meter, right? The Upajati meter, the normal this thing. So what once I was trying to sing this in the Namameshwaram thing, and it kind of fit there. So I became very excited, and I immediately called Maharaj. Those days it was landline, but still I called Maharaj and was in Dwarka. So I asked Maharaj, Maharaj, we can sing this in our Namameshwaram Chanda, Maharaj. Then is it? Can you sing it, Kalacakra? It's nice. Then I said, I tried to sing this. See, if you sing this Ajata Paksha in that also, it will fit in almost kind of. Ajata Paksha iva mataram kagaha स्तन्यं यथा वत्सतरा क्षुधार्ताः प्रियं प्रियेव विषितं विषण्ण मनोरविन्दाक्षदृक्षते त्वाम्. So I sang like this another Upajati meter, Upajati Chanda, and Maharaj was very much excited. Hey, this is a revelation like that. Maharaj was very, very much appreciating that. Then I was very much happy that I could do something, share something to Maharaj. Then after a week or so, I was listening to some old tapes of Maharaj, where Maharaj had given some lecture way back in 90s, early 90s or whatever. I was talking to him in 2003, 2002, 2003 that time. So in that one of the lectures, Maharaj is telling to one of the devotees the same thing, that you can sing in this Upjati meter, Ajata Paksha Ivamataram Kakahali, that you can also sing in Namamishara meter, Ajata Paksha Ivam. Way before Maharaj had done it. But when I was trying to reveal this to Maharaj, he was talking to me as if it was a new revelation to him. He had already done it. He didn't want to disappoint a young child trying to crawl. He wanted to encourage. So I somehow felt very blessed by that thing. Like that, many times I used to get excited reading some Prabhupada's purport and share it with Maharaj. Maharaj will immediately tell, hold on, Kalacakra, I will write it down in my diary. Then he will tell me, dictate it. And then they will dictate it slowly and he will write in his diary. And then with all punctuation and everything I have to tell. And after that, he will slowly read it again, and then he will share some nice realizations on it. So many times he has read it before, but then when a child comes to the disciple, comes to the spiritual master and talks, then the natural encouragement is there. And to me, if I have to think through, I mean, look back as to so many years of somehow or others holding on to the lotus feet of Bhagavatam and Prabhupada's books mainly, is only because of these encouragements that Maharaj gave. And that's the same thing you can see in Giriraj Maharaj also, how he has become such a great exalted Vaishnava and spiritual master. It's because of the nice, the sweet reciprocation, loving reciprocation of Srila Prabhupada when he was encouraging him, isn't it? So that's very sweet thing that reminded me of how I had a little interactions with Maharaj, Maharaj Maharaj also. So just thought I'll share that. Let's continue reading. Where are we now? This part, yeah. Anyone else wants to take over? On one morning walk. Suresh Prabhu, you want to read?
Yes, no, 341, no?
No, you have the book. No, 340 towards the end, Prabhu. On one morning walk, I was feeling.
342.
340, the last paragraph. On one morning walk.
On one morning walk, I was feeling especially wretched and miserable, and although so many other devotees were present, Prabhupada began to speak as if he were addressing me personally. He quoted a Sanskrit verse by Sri Yamunacharya from Stotra Ratna 43, quoted in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 1.206.
See, this is also Upajati meter. Bhavantamevanucharan nirantarah prashanta nishesha manorathantarah kadahamaikantika nitya kinkarah praharsha ishyami sanatha jivitam.
By serving
This is
you constantly, one is freed from all material desires and is completely pacified. When shall I engage as your permanent eternal servant and always feel joyful to have such a fitting master? He said that there were two words, Anantha and
Anatha and Sanatha.
Natha means master. So Anatha means without master. And Sanatha means with master. The whole goal of life, he said, was to become Sanatha, with master. He pointed to a fat and fit gentleman walking an equally fat and fit dog.
So this is happening in Juhu Beach, by the way.
The man was walking briskly and confidently with his dog on his leash, and the dog was walking equally briskly and confidently with his master by his side. Prabhupada commented that every dog wants a good master. If the dog has a good master, he is happy. He holds his head high He wages his tail. He knows that his master will maintain and protect him, and so he has no anxiety. But the street dog, the poor fellow, has no master. Therefore, he is always suffering. Prabhupada pointed to some stray dogs. They have no master. They do not know where they will sleep, how they will get food. Other dogs bark at them. Children throw stones at them. They are always in anxiety. So wonderful comparison example.
Beautiful, no? And you
Yes.
see, Maharaj has not spoken a single word. But Prabhupada's this example, as Maharaj is saying that I was feeling so wretched and depressed, right? One is saying, I was feeling especially wretched and miserable. Somehow these thoughts come to us, many times. So it's really amazing how Prabhupada can understand the mind of people and connect with them through these examples. Yes, Prabhu.
Very, very simple and convincing example.
Very simple and convincing, no?
So till recently we joined ISKCON, we were street dogs.
Yeah. So nice, Prabhu. Thank you. Please continue, Prabhu.
Then
Then Prabhupada
stopped
stopped talking. Yeah.
walking and planted his cane firmly in the sand. Although I stood behind many of the devotees who had moved close around him, he looked at me, his eyes filled with love and compassion, and said, "So we should be Sanatha, protected, not Anatha, orphan. We'll feel confident in his protection and always be happy."
Mm-hmm.
Prabhupada explained each Sanskrit word, Manoratha, the chariot of the mind, mental concoction, its driving of here, there, here, there. We have no peace, but when we have our perfect master to serve, we become peaceful, prashanta, and jubilant. I have got my master. I have no cares or anxiety. This is the ideal of life, to become jivitam, sanatha jivitam, living with hope that I have got my master who will give me protection.
Beautiful, no?
I felt that he was speaking directly to me, addressing my present need in Krishna consciousness.
Mm.
Without my even asking or saying anything, he knew my heart and gave the perfect solution through his instructions, exemplifying the verse that Srimad Bhagavatam 3.7.36.
Anuvrataanam shishyanam putraanam cha dvijottama anaprishtamapi bruyur guravo dina vatsalaha.
Those who are spiritual masters are very kind to the needy. They are always kind to their followers, disciples and sons, and without being asked by them. The spiritual master describes all that is knowledge.
Jai. Beautiful verse, no? Very nice, really. So anyone else wants to take over here? I have another beautiful verse which explains the Sanatha so nicely in a prayer by Dwarkavasis to Krishna. It is 11th canto, sorry, 1st canto, 11th chapter, verse number 6, I think. Let me try to take it out. Tasmate Nath. Maybe the second one. Aho Sanatha Bhavata Smayadvayam. 111.8 actually. Same here also. The same Sanatha word is used. Let me do one thing. Let me share that screen. 111.8 it is. See this? Aho sanatha bhavata smayadvayam traivishtapanaam dura darshanam prema smita snigdha nirikshananam pashyema rupam tava sarva saubhagam. This is by the Dwarka Vasis, and Krishna returns to Dwarka. Who wants to read this translation?
Okay, I will read it now.
Please, Prabhu, please go ahead.
Oh,
Beautiful way.
it is our good luck that we have come again today under your protection by your presence. For your leaders, lordship rarely visits even the denizens or of heaven. Now it is possible for us to look into your smiling face, which is full of affectionate glances. We can now see your transcendental form, full of all auspicious.
So this is beautiful, no? We have come again today under your protection by your presence. So the key thing is presence. Krishna's presence is there, then protection is automatically there. We have to experience Krishna's presence. That's all. If we experience Krishna's presence in our heart and in wherever we are seeing, then we will have protection under everywhere. Prahlad Maharaj was seeing Krishna everywhere. So he was seeing Krishna's protection everywhere. Wherever he saw, he was protected. Right? Right now we are not able to see Krishna everywhere. That is why some places we are afraid, some places we are okay. In the temple we go, we are able to feel little protection. But if we go outside somewhere, we don't feel the protection. We are say, oh, I am in the middle of demoniac people. I am in a very demoniac circumstance, etc. But what is more demoniac circumstance than what Prahlad Maharaj was facing? He was never feeling afraid. He is saying, I am not at all afraid. So that this is where the point is about Sanatha. As soon as we experience Krishna's presence, if we experience Krishna's presence in Bhagavatam, there is no fear. Experience Krishna's presence in, say, sadham or anything that we do, we won't have any fear. Because the moment we experience Krishna's presence in our heart, protection immediately starts. It's like insurance, we say, no, like we pay the amount. They say that moment you pay the amount is credited to their account. From that moment itself, the insurance protection starts. They may send the actual invoice or the certificate 1 week later. Correct? But within that 1 week time also you have some problem, still the insurance company will cover it. Correct? So that acknowledging that is what the whole thing is. So it's our good luck that we have come again today under your protection by your presence. So Krishna's presence in our heart is the source of our experiencing Krishna's protection. Presence in our heart is the source of our protection, cause of our protection. So
I will
just
read
thought I
further.
would share that. Sorry, Prabhu.
I will read further.
Yes, Prabhu. We will read the one sec. We will read the thing. I will share it again. I wanted to share the focus. Sorry, just taking some time. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah.
The thing. Yes.
Several years later.
Sorry.
This it's the second para we are reading. 342 second page.
Prabhupada explained in Sanskrit word Manoratha.
No.
No. I think we have read Anuvaratana. Yes. No, several years later. Yes. Yeah.
Several years later, I again came across the verse that Prabhupada had quoted, and reading and the purport found the same instructions that he had given on Jew beach. Just as a dog or a servant is very satisfied to get a competent, perfect master, or as a child is completely satisfied to possess a competent father, so the living entity is satisfied by completely engaging in the service of the Supreme Lord. He therefore knows that he has a competent master to save him from all kinds of danger. Prabhupada always spoke on the basis of the scripture. At the same time, because of his compassion and humanity, he could say just the right thing in the right way to deeply touch the heart of each individual listener. I always try to remember and follow the instructions he gave on Juhu Beach. And ever since that day, whenever I have walked there and seen the different types of dogs, those with masters and those without, I have remembered those instructions and prayed that I will always remain still Prabhupada's dog.
Amazing, eh? How humble. Hmm? This is exactly the mood of Prabhupada's disciples that has kept them in that position,
Yeah.
and also propelled the movement further and further. Though we have a lot of work to do, but still, if not for their commitment, it would not have come this far. And unless and until we take the same mood towards our spiritual masters, and Prabhupada, of course, he is a founder Acharya anyway. Any generations of devotees come, they have to be grateful to Prabhupada at the end of the day. And of course, our spiritual masters, because they carry that bhava of Srila Prabhupada, and they are giving us that love unconditionally to all of us. That's the connecting point, right? The connecting medium, connecting bridge. So it's very important to understand this bhav with which Prabhupada's disciples have really served. So amazing. This is such an amazing thing. And I can see how Prabhupada would have given that example to make him understand. Though it's a very general thing which every devotee would have taken it in their own, like the bhav with which they would have taken. But really, Maharaj has got this bhav, because at that moment he needed this thing that I am there for you. Don't worry. You just be with me. That's all. That's the message that Prabhupada is giving him. And it's very important to understand this thing very nicely. Yes, Prabhu.
So here,
Yes, Prabhuji.
because Maharaj's heart is actually the perfect way of how one should adopt the instructions of the Guru Maharaj. Is 100% surrender to Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Really.
That is the reason Prabhupada trusted him, giving the power of attorney when he was living last in Mumbai for going final to Vrindavan. That time, Kalacakra Kṛṣṇa Maharaj asked him, Prabhupada, you are going, but how all dealing with the bank accounts and all the things here? You have the signatures. He said, you please give the power of attorney to some persons, some people, he said, or someone, so that we can complete the work here in this. You know whom he has given it? There are two persons. One is Kalacakra Kṛṣṇa Maharaj and Giriraj Swami. That was the trust he had. All that, the entire powers of the Prabhupada as a founder Acharya and of everything, he has given it to Giriraj Maharaj, one of the person now who is alive now.
Each one of them have their beautiful relationship with Prabhupada, and Prabhupada reciprocates to them accordingly. That's the beauty, Prabhu. Really, you brought that point very nicely. So, let's do one thing. There's a very important thing that Loknath Maharaj is bringing it up. So, anyone else wants to take over and read this particular incident? There may be this couple of paragraphs. This is also a very important point that goes on this nice discussion. Who wants to read? Hare Krishna.
If nobody is reading, I can read, Prabhu.
Please go ahead, Mataji. We need another 10 more enthusiastic devotees like you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Really, yes, Harsha Mataji.
Mataji wants to read.
Sorry, Mataji, I want to read first because after 5 minutes I have to go out.
Okay, Mataji, we are going to stop anyway, so go ahead and read.
Sure, Mataji.
Yeah, that is the beauty.
On another morning walk, Loknath asked Prabhupada why he had prescribed 16 as the number of rounds to chant. Why not less or more? No, Prabhupada replied, we say minimum 16. Minimum, if you can chant 16,000, you can do. That is welcome. Haridas
Hmm.
Thakura was engaged in chanting, and a prostitute came and offered, let us enjoy. Yes, let me finish. Let me finish this chanting. He refused to have sex with a beautiful young girl because he had engagement. First of all, let me finish my engagement. And we say we have no we have no engagement. How
How
unfortunate we are.
unfortunate we are. Mm.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Kirtaniya Sadahari, 24-hour engagement he has given. Loknath continued, some devotees have fixed different numbers than 16. Some are chanting 20 minimum or 25. Yes, Prabhupada said it should be increased, but don't decrease, increase. Therefore, a number is fixed. At least this much I shall do. That is 16 round. But you are recommending 16 as a minimum, Loknath said. And some devotees are choosing 20 as a minimum. So who forbids? Prabhupada asked. Why says? Who says?
Who says? Hmm.
Who says? Don't do it. Then they can chant. Yes, that
No,
is wanted.
Maharaj is asking, they can chant? Then Prabhupada is saying, yes, that is wanted.
Yes, that is wanted. But because you cannot do it, therefore we have fixed up the minimum. Sankhya, Asankhya,
Sankyata, Asankyata.
Sankyata, Sankyata. Sankyata means with wow, numerical strength. And Asankyata means there is no limit. If we chant more than 16 rounds, how can we know whether we are initiating Haridas Thakur,
Imitating.
imitating Haridas Thakur, or that is also
Following in his footsteps.
following in his footsteps?
This is Loknath Maharaj is asking this question. So if we are
Okay.
chanting more than 16 rounds, how do you know whether we are imitating or actually doing out of taste? So Prabhupada is responding now.
Where we were there, imitating is good because of my specs. Is also
Imitation is also good. Yes.
imitation is also good. If you imitate Haridas Thakur, that is also your great fortune. Imitating does not mean you are condemned. Even if you imitate, that is also good. But if you have some other business and you say, now I am imitating Haridas Thakur, I cannot do it. That is very bad. I am busy in imitating Haridas Thakur. That is not good.
So if you have some service and you are trying to avoid it, I have more chanting to do, then that is not good. Prabhupada is very clear about it. No, Brahmananda Prabhu is adding it. Yes, please continue.
Ramanand Prabhu added, if the devotees are asked for service, they say, oh, I have to chant. Prabhupada responded, yes, I am imitating Haridas Thakur. Haridas, this is my first business. That is very bad.
See
And
how Prabhupada has given such a balanced thing that you can chant more, but not try to imitate Haridas Thakur. Hmm? See,
and
yeah, that's a very nice, beautiful thing that Prabhupada has balanced the thing more nicely. That 16 does not mean you have to just stop with 16. Always chant more. That is also increasing your taste slowly. But then not at the cost of your services and other things. Like you can't say that, okay, I will chant 32 rounds, but I will not read Prabhupada's books. That may not work because chanting taste will increase when we read Prabhupada's books. Our conviction in bhakti will increase when we read Prabhupada's books. Our purification of heart happens both by chanting and by reading Prabhupada's books. If they're illiterate, they cannot read, then we can say that, okay, you chant. But if you are able to read and if you are able to understand, then we need to, because the philosophy comes by reading, the philosophical understanding comes by reading Prabhupada's books, studying Prabhupada's books. Okay. So thank you, Mataji. I think you are joining today first time, right, Mataji? Harsha Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. I
So
came to
nice.
Shubhangi Tukaram Prabhuji's house that day to hear from you
Yes,
last
yes,
Friday.
yes. Yeah. I remember we had the Rudrasura thing. Yes, Mataji. So nice. We had a wonderful discussion there. We were reading the same prayers just before you joined.
This is from which book and which section?
This reading is from Prabhupada's memories by His Holiness Giriraj Maharaj. The book is titled "I Will Build You a Temple." The Juhu story, how the Juhu temple was built. So every Sunday evening we do this Prabhupada Smaranam session, and Saturday mornings we do Bhagavatam discussion. We are in the fifth chapter, first kind of chapter. We are doing slowly. So that is going on. But just one small thing I wanted to tell devotees, we are coming towards the end of the session today, that this Saturday Vichar session on Gauris of Nath Muni, we may have to do it in the evening because I think on that day in many temples Snan Yatra is planned. Either that day or the following
We
day, I don't
have
know, but you have,
Bhagavad Gita
right?
class at our
Yes, Saturday only.
Ajit Madhav Prabhu.
Okay, you have Bhagavad Gita class. Normally we do it on Saturday mornings 10:30 to 11:30, Mataji. So that 10:30 to 11:30, we may have to do it in the evening, maybe around 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, whatever is convenient for you all. I hope that will be okay for you. It's not like a permanent move, but at least this weekend, because Saturday is Snan Yatra and Sunday is Panihati in many places, or the other way around, whichever way it is. So both days are occupied. And so that is one thing that I just wanted to let you know. Krishna willing, we will do the stories of Nathmuni thing in the evening on Saturday. And
So
we will do.
may I,
Sorry, Mataji.
may I take a leave now so that I'll join?
Please carry on, Mataji. We will thank you so much for joining,
Thank
Mataji.
you
We'll
so
see
much.
you soon. Hare Krishna.
Hare
So,
Krishna.
Prabhu's Mataji, we'll stop here and we'll continue from that next section, beautiful section that is coming up. So, I hope it is okay. Saturday evening is fine. Should we do it at 7 to 8 like that? Will that work for everyone?
That is fine for with me, Prabhuji. 7 to 8 Saturday.
Okay. Lalita Priti Mataji, will it be working for you? Because it will be afternoon for you.
Prabhuji, we will be going for Birmingham Ratha Yatra, so we will
When is
be
that Birmingham
stuck in
Rath Yatra?
this Sunday.
This Sunday,
Saturday,
but I'm doing it on Saturday.
Saturday we have another satsang about 20 families.
Oh, okay. So that's in the evening, huh?
So Saturday usual time is good for us, but we'll go with the majority only.
Okay, no worries. You do whatever is a good thing. So, yeah, we will.